Hello, Patreon, and welcome to the first ever episode of Geekvolution After Dark. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Eric.
The kinds of topips that will come up on
There's
this
3 whiskeys and 2 Cokes.
will not often be the kinds of things that you'll see us normally talk about on Geekvolution. These are sometimes going to be kind of personal things. Sometimes things that might get I don't know, a little bit dicey, a little bit racier than we might sometimes want to discuss on the channel.
A potential title was Geekvolution Unleashed.
It's not early 2000s.
And Unchained.
Unleashed, yeah.
Neither of those were
that
on the
movie
table.
wasn't
It was always
good,
After
so.
Dark. I actually had also a
The
question.
show's supposed to be really silly and racy, and I can't even do it. I'm so uncomfortable right now.
I know your head has been in the cannibalism place.
Yeah, my head has been in a massive cannibalism place because if everybody is food,
someone's gonna eat
no
them.
one is. If
everyone's food, then no one is food. My next thing.
What are we talking about, Eric?
Let me pull up my phone. I don't even remember what my second thing is.
20 minutes in, we've already lost so many patrons.
Can you name
15 minutes in
all the iterations of weekly comic reviews on Geekvolution?
I'm gonna make you.
The problem is I didn't
rattle
research it,
them
so you could lie to me. You could be like, and then we did the Dove comic reviews where I had doves flying through. I was like, oh yeah, I kind of maybe remember that.
Yeah, and the challenge there was reviewing comics that only had Dove and not Hawk. That was killer. It was real painful.
Yeah, especially because I think Dove is the one
while.
that died of the two. I think Hawk was kicking around without Dove for a while.
I don't know why we made that a thing. I don't know why that was it was a rule in that show. But and you know how for a long time I've talked about trying to figure out what the video would be that we could post that would get 0 views. Even that people watched. Okay, so the difference between me as a book buyer and me as a comic buyer is I collect comics. I will buy comics and never read them, and sometimes be okay with that because I bought it more to collect than to read. I like to read everything, but I own too much.
Mm-hmm. How's the X-Men reading going?
I will a little slow. He goes everywhere, and he just looks for VHS
He has a bus that like a van that he's remodeling to look like the bus in Speed. It is full of Speed VHSs.
Yeah, I'd like to read some excerpts of this, if I may. He has so far amassed a collection of over 500 VHS copies of the 1994 blockbuster. He also has 26 DVDs in his collection, which he uses to give people in exchange for a tape. His mission, which he calls the World Speed Project, began one Christmas when the film fanatic had no money and was looking for cheap presents. And then I'm looking past some of these pictures. Mr. Bites went to a pawn shop which had 6 copies. The film, which is we all know what Speed is. He says the purchase, which made him realize it was really fascinating to own a lot of the same item, and made him want to buy more. If a copy is more than $4, I'll just steal it.
But I'll leave a DVD in its place.
But that's not going to make me stop. That'd be the same as some...
Watch out, there's fries there.
But that's not Dave Fraser. But that's not going to make me stop. That'd be the same as somebody saying, like, it's impossible to make the world a good place, so I'm not going to try. It's just like that. It's the same thing. By the way, I have dinosaur socks. Do these socks go with these pants? They kind of do.
I thought they were Venus flytraps or something more.
Oh, really? No, they're dinosaurs. What? They're dinosaurs.
I see that. Well, that's why all these Mad Libs are here.
Tell me. No, they were just there.
Okay.
But this one I did hide under there, so you wouldn't know it was there.
I hid the Mad Libs under all of the other Mad Libs. You wouldn't know Mad Libs were there.
Well, I didn't want... Well, because you might have noticed that it was there when it wasn't there before. Oh, I know what we're doing! See, you might be good at regular chess. I'm good at real-life chess. All right. Plural noun. Any plural noun.
Fries.
Need you to name some. Okay, fries. Not hard. Any will do. Noun. One piece of.
Is this now? Or are
yes,
you actually
right
saying
now.
a noun?
A noun. Excuse
okay.
me.
Okay.
A
Sorry.
noun.
Sorry. Flapjack. I'm just going with foods, I guess. I'm just doing foods.
Okay,
Foods are the only nouns I know.
Now don't hurt yourself. But the last one is another plural noun.
Flowers.
Flowers.
But that was
now
McFarlane's like final draft, wasn't it? Like that wasn't draft 1.
Yeah, and it was just weird the way he bragged about it. Like it was almost like he was playing to an absurd page count, where it was like, I'm finally at 200 pages, and he would talk about.
He has the best pages. He has the biggest pages. He writes on pages they're like this big.
And
you wouldn't believe how big my pages are.
Nobody makes a page like me.
Meanwhile, the font is like this big.
And the Sharper Image is the only place where you can buy them.
Oh my god, Spawn was sold only the Sharper Image. That sounds like a McFarlane move, too.
It totally does, yeah. McFarlane Steaks.
Oh, he would do that? He would do that in a heartbeat. We have had conversations before about how much Todd McFarlane and Donald Trump would get along because they have very similar mental states.
Or maybe that's why they wouldn't.
Yeah, maybe they wouldn't get along. They're very similar people.
They were just trying to want to be. Well, they just keep lying. There are things I thought I was good at, and then I go do them at other places, and I'm horrible at them.
Well, you know what's the worst for that? Just the internet. Because no matter how good you think you are specifically at a video game, you will find someone that's like, yeah, I beat it in 2 hours with my hands tied behind my back playing just with my teeth, and you're like, well, Jesus Christ!
I became a
I didn't even know you could play Glover like that. Why Hulk not have shirt?
Well, because
his pants stretch. Why not his shirt?
I think the answer to that is because, for a man anyway, he's not considered to have any private parts there. I think that's really the main reason.
See,
he has to have shorts so that.
But here's the thing:
you don't see his unmentionables.
Because that becomes the joke, right? Like it's because it's only there to cover his private parts, and we all know that. So that becomes the joke. Like, well, why doesn't his pants fall up? If his shirt also grew, you wouldn't hear that as much. I don't think. If you just had clothes and they ripped, you'd be like, yeah, his clothes rip when he grows big.